Jon, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me in here. My name is Jon Bryant. I'm 6'3". Oh shit, I'm doing this late. Sorry, what was the question again? All right, yeah, my name is Jon Bryant. I'm from Nova Scotia. I grew up in a little town called Fall River. It's about 20 minutes outside of Halifax. After high school, I moved to Europe for 6 months. Backpacked around there, moved to Seattle, moved to Halifax again, and then back to the west coast of Canada. I'm a musician. I write songs and I perform them and release music. Yeah. My dad was a gospel singer, so we'd show up to church, all 5 kids, and we'd all sit in the same row, and my dad, being the gospel singer in the church, would be the one belting out the harmonies. So when I was learning to sing at a young age, I knew how to sing harmony before I really paid attention to melody. So
how old were you then?
I would have been 3 to 5, because we'd go to church every week, right? So be singing, I'd hear his music at home because he'd be singing his music at home. In the grocery store, he's singing all the time. Go to Costco, he's singing. People actually, they'll hear him singing, and then like a family will walk over and they're like, "Yeah, I thought I heard you, Al. Oh, we heard you singing in the next aisle." So, yeah, he just has this great voice, and yeah, that's kind of the biggest influence of singing for me growing up. Everything comes from lived experience. Throughout my life, I've seen things, I've experienced pain, I've experienced incredible joy, and I think I have a perspective that can be interesting.
Can people learn about you as a person if they listen to the lyrics of your music?
Totally, yeah. Yeah, I've written about my divorce, I've written about God and my kind of stance on faith, and it's changed. It looks different from what it looked like 10, 15 years ago. Being involved in different organizations that you could call a cult. I've been in 2 now. So, Cult Classic, yeah, the album came from being, involved in a cult for a short period of time, but it was pretty eye-opening to be a part of something that it wasn't being called a cult at that point, but later on it came out, the truth came out, and just to, I don't know, be a part of that when it was happening, and seeing the aftermath was pretty wild, pretty eye-opening for sure. The business of it is really disheartening, and like that other side of me that's like, well, we have to have success we have to have greater success, and it's got to be growing all the time, and it's got to get better and bigger, and it becomes disheartening in that way. And I think too the pressure to perform and expose all aspects of your life, because if you're always performing, if you're constantly just putting yourself out there and not reflecting and not like growing and taking those moments to think like, who am I? What have I done? What have I become? If it's constantly just like, hey, look over here, look, do this, I'm doing this, this is coming next. It's all this, there's just too much hoopla. You become burned out, and that's what I became. I became burned out, and I wanted to throw music out. Making the Cultivated video, you had this amazing vision for it, having Brian be this cult leader, but he's captivating and he grips your attention. And then the video hits, and then after the video, there's just this like ominous, very like sad portrait of me, the character in this video, who's basically become subservient to the master, and he's taking these videos and makes, it's almost like he starts to make this man, puts him on a pedestal, and this man becomes this great leader because he has all the people behind him. He has the right product at the time, and that's how it happens. That's how cults kind of form, is somebody just has that charisma and people are looking for a leader. And that's what I loved about working with you, because you had this vision from the start, and the execution, everything was just fantastic. So I'm out there, I'm floating in the water, I'm not sure what this shot's gonna look like. And then when I see the edit, you would CG'd sharks swimming around me, which was, I mean, so cool. Sharks represent this constant nagging fear that you can never really get rid of fully. You can only like keep it at bay. It always creeps back, I find. I think showing up here and working in this studio and working with you, and we've worked together a number of times. You've taken lots of photos of me. It's always just a very, very comfortable, very productive time. I'm not showing up with a stylist or somebody like a handler. Like I have nothing like that. I dictate how I look. I always get great photos, and I walk away with just this awesome experience. And because you're a friend, I mean, it's a win-win. And so all these shots that we're doing, it's capturing versions of me, and bringing in more light and reducing it to just a sliver. It's like it's kind of how I walk through life. It's just that fine line between light and darkness and seeing the beauty in both. If you really want to do music, don't plan for failure. Don't allow that thought to enter your mind. And commit every day. Be kind to people, and stick around. I am Jon Bryant.